Blog Talk Radio.
Hello and good morning. Welcome back for another episode of Taking Your Business to the Next Level. Our call-in number is 646-716-8438. And if you'd like to listen to us live, streaming live on the internet, we're on Blog Talk Radio. If you want to send us, give us your contact information, you can find us at nextlevelteam.net. Enter your email address and name there, and we'll put you on the mailing list. Again, our call-in number is 646-716-8438. My name's Tony Williamson, and I'm here with Bill Resides, and we're ready to crank it up. So strap in, grab a piece of paper and pencil. We're going to share a lot of great news for you, a lot of great information as we help you take your FlexKom business to the next level.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I want to welcome everybody to the call. Again, this is Bill Resides, and I want to welcome you to the course to the what will be the last next level leadership call, guys. As many of you know already, there's been some folks that I have been dealing with for quite some time now, as I've been trying my best to work with FlexKom over these last 3 or 4 months. And a lot of you guys had come out to the Henderson event and got to meet Mr. Link Blake and Nick Patterson, and do know that these gentlemen were working very closely with me as they were fixing to enter into some processes and start vetting out FlexKom. I do want to, as we had announced last week, give an update. There's many of you that have been updated by some leadership, some of your leadership, and many of you have not. So with that said, guys, I want to first bring on Mr. Link Blake, and just to kind of go over some stuff, some timelines, and what this proposed vetting process was all about. So with that, I want to go ahead and welcome Mr. Link Blake this morning to the call.
Good morning. Thank you, Bill. Good morning, one and all. For the past approximately 3 months, from Thursday, August 28th to last Thursday, October 23rd, Mr. Nick Patterson and myself have been in a vetting process, trying to see and learn and understand how FlexKom had been working, how they've been trying to work, and if there was any way we could actually be a resource to them. So what I'd like to cover first is the specifics of the timeline, actual activities and discussions we had. Beginning Thursday, August 28th, is when we had our very first, we being Nick Patterson and myself. Thursday, August 28th, is when we had our very first conference call with Bill Resides. Friday, August 29th, we had our first conference call with Bill Resides and Volker Weinig, then acting as the CEO of FlexKom America. Friday, September 19th, we had our first meeting with Volker and Bill Resides at the Virginia, D.C. Event. At that meeting, we reviewed the steps of our vetting process. We presented that to Mr. Weinig. We requested a formal letter of interest. And by the way, Mr. Patterson and myself paid for our own travel to that event. On Thursday, October 9th, approximately 3 weeks later, we received a letter of interest signed by CEO Rudolf Engelsberger. That was on FlexKom International letterhead, and it was backdated to September 27th. The very same day, Thursday, October 9th, we responded by emailing Volker Weinig the document titled Response to Letter of Interest and Proposed Due Diligence Process, in which we formally outlined what our due diligence process would be. On Thursday, October 16th, we met with Volker and many of the leaders on this call in Lake Las Vegas at the FlexKom event. We were guests of FlexKom International, and so they did pay for our travel and our lodging. At the same event, Saturday, October 18th, Volker Weinig officially introduced the core leadership group to Nick Patterson and myself as FlexKom International America's C-level executive candidates. We were being considered to join FlexKom at the executive level. Volker Weinig also did likewise from the stage for the first time, as well as he did read aloud the signed letter of interest to the core leadership group in a closed meeting. That all, again, happened on Saturday, October 18th. On Sunday, October 19th, still at the Lake Las Vegas event, Volker Weinig announced from the stage invitation, and pardon me, my screen just went dark. Okay. Announced from the stage an invitation dates of Thursday, October 23rd through Monday, October 27th for Nick Patterson and myself to conduct our vetting process in Germany. So we were given dates of invitation to come to Germany and actually execute our vetting process. Those invitations were given via teleconference by CEO Rudolf Engelsberger, as well as him stating he is ready to receive Nick Patterson and myself in Germany for the vetting process. On Monday, October 20th, we actually left the Vegas event. On Wednesday, October 22nd, we had our very first conference call with CEO Rudolf Engelsberger. We spoke with him for the first time. On that call was Volker Weinig, as well as Bill Resides. On Thursday, the very next day, Thursday, October 23rd, Nick Patterson and myself emailed our formal letter of termination of the vetting process and our formal withdrawal of interest. And that email letter went to CEO Engelsberger and to Volker Weinig. Let me underscore the point. At no time during the vetting process did Mr. Patterson or myself receive any gifts or gratuities or compensation from FlexKom International AG or FlexKom America, nor did we receive the same from Bill Resides or anyone else, nor did we receive any promises of future compensation or gratuities. What I'd like to do now is read the actual letter of termination of the vetting process and withdrawal of interest. And again, that letter is dated Thursday, October 23rd. It reads, Dear CEO Rudolf Engelsberger, Mr. Nick Patterson and myself are in receipt of your email of today, October 23rd, 2014. Based on our careful review of the same, we hereby and officially terminate our interest in the C-level positions of FlexKom International AG and FlexKom America, Inc., as referred to in your related signed letter of interest dated September 27, 2014. The principal reason for our decision is what we view as irreconcilable differences in how we should conduct the mutual vetting process as proposed in our document titled Response to Letter of Interest, Proposed Due Diligence Process, and dated October 9, 2014, and emailed to your senior report, Mr. Volker Weinig, for his and your review. And we understood from Mr. Weinig on several explicit occasions from his receipt and review of the aforementioned document sent to him again on October 15, 2014, up until our conference call with you yesterday, Wednesday, 22nd, that you indeed had reviewed the document and had agreed to the terms of our proposed vetting process. A more fundamental reason is the outstanding funds owed to FlexKom America, DMRs, for merchant terminal refunds, issues relating to credit card chargebacks, charging of merchants with non-working terminals, and a voluminous trail of documented misstatements and unfulfilled promises on the part of FlexKom International AG and FlexKom America, all of which we urge you and your executive board at FlexKom International to resolve before entertaining any further candidates for C-level positions in your company. As a parting note, we therefore advise you, CEO Engelsberger, as well as your entire executive board at FlexKom International AG, to resolve all the aforementioned at your absolute soonest. Each day you delay in these matters puts you and FlexKom International AG at more legal risk, more brand devaluation in the marketplace, and more of a poor example of the character and competence in trying to execute what was at its most fundamental a sound idea, helping small to medium enterprises worldwide. To date, up to today, Nick Patterson and myself received no formal response from CEO Engelsberger nor Mr. Volker Weinig. We received no response from them regarding the letter I just read. So with that, we had several suggestions we made to Bill Resides. And with that, I'll turn it back to Bill, and Bill can perhaps go through some of those suggestions and then introduce Mr. Nick Patterson. Bill?
Okay, thank you very much, Lee. Now, the number one suggestion, guys, was that we held a leadership call that very day with the core leadership, the same core leadership that had met there at the event. We let them know of the vetting process. I did go ahead and announce that I would be making my resignation, and as well I did resign from FlexKom International or resign the title of country manager on the 23rd of last week. So to make it clear, yes, I have resigned and moved on. With that said, I want to go ahead and bring out Nick Patterson, because I've been speaking with Nick for about 10 months about what the potential opportunity with FlexKom. So I want him to come out and give his overview of what he's seen over the last 10 months.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it. First of all, welcome and thank all the FlexKom leaders out in the field and all the FlexKom DMRs and merchants that are on this call and might be listening to the recording in the future. Actually, Bill, it started almost 11 and a half months ago that we first spoke. And FlexKom was introduced to me from a dear friend of mine, Anthony DiBenedetto, and I told Anthony at the time that I will watch FlexKom, but I have some other businesses and that I'm currently tending to and didn't have room to take anything else on my plate at the time. The FlexKom vision and the story was definitely one that intrigued me, so much that I continued to listen in one, possibly two, and even sometimes 3 times a week to Blog Talk calls. Got to a point where probably about 3.5 months ago, I had reached out to Bill again on the phone and said, Bill, I see where this is heading as far as the company. Seems like they need some structure. There's a lot of, seems like, bad management, and we started to engage. Me and Bill started talking a little more intently and to seeing if there's a match between me and him. Once I was able to lay the basis for that groundwork, I then suggested Mr. Link Blake, who is the partner in L. Blake Partners, and told him a little bit about what their company has done for me over the past decade, and possibly I would reach out to their firm and see if they would have any interest in taking a look. With that being said, Bill went and okayed, said he, Nick, I think it's a great time to bring in some leadership like you guys and from an outside and consultant standpoint, and I'd be more than honored to take you up on that. So From there, you heard the timeline from Link, so I'm not going to go into it. But, you know, the purpose of the vetting process on behalf of Link and myself was to find out if FlexKom was a match for us personally. We wanted to find out if FlexKom was truly an opportunity for merchants to bring in some customers and save and make money. We wanted to find out if FlexKom was an opportunity for customers downloading the app in the hopes of saving money and possibly making money from sharing the app. And lastly, but not least, for the DMRs, where they can build another additional residual income stream by providing a service that helps people save and make money. Unfortunately, Link read you the termination letter by us. FlexKom was not a match, and we decided to opt out and no longer be considered for candidates. My recommendation to you today, on behalf of me and Link, is that steps that we feel the leaders and you, the DMRs, and each person has to make a decision for themselves, is number one is to contact your credit card companies. Based on how long the purchase was done, that process might be too far along that you can't get a refund. But you can at least put a complaint in, and I'm going to get to the reason why. The second thing that I would do is write an email to FlexKom, both to Volker Wenning and Rudy Engelsberger, the CEO, and demanding for your refund based on the letter that came out of FlexKom America that allowed people to take advantage of refunds. Also, I think based on the premise that they never actually fully provided the services of that which a merchant or a DMR signed up for from the beginning. The last recommendation is to contact your local attorney general and let them know your story. I personally, and both Link personally, believe that this is a story to be told to the FBI. This crosses state lines and international lines. I believe that the case on your story is based solely on the lack of transparency from a company doing business within the United States of America and refusing to give refunds to both the merchants and the DMRs and taking advantage of the monies and yet still trying to have them sell more merchant terminals or bring more DMRs into the business. I believe that that's the story that the FBI or attorney generals need to hear, and you allow them to feel, let them do their own vetting process and do what they feel is necessary based on the criteria set before them. I'm not an attorney, nor is Link. We're business owners, entrepreneurs, and also consultants. And what we've seen up to this point has been utterly disturbing to both Link and myself. I truly appreciate the leadership and the DMRs. Being able to meet you along this FlexKom journey, and I feel like I know so many of you because I've been able to listen to some of your stories over the past 11 months. On behalf of Link and myself, our thoughts and our prayers are with you, your family, your friends, and your merchants as you go through this process. I thank you for allowing us to play a small part in your life, and we truly wish you the best moving forward. Thank you, and I hope to see you guys someday in the future, along this journey. Back over to you.
Hey, thank you, Nick. I appreciate that very much. And guys, I've met most every one of you guys over the last 13, 14 months. And as an independent representative myself, we've all bought into what we thought was one of the greatest business opportunities or the greater business ideas that I've heard in my business career. Around mid-June, when FlexKom International had contacted me and had created the newly created position, or the newly created title of country manager, I was thrilled, and I really thought, based on maybe the performance, what myself, Mike Livingston, Eric Stennett, all the leaders that you guys know, what we had done as a team to kind of hold things together, keep people moving forward with the vision, and with the idea of this great opportunity. I thought maybe they saw something in me to really help them. And I took that serious, to the point where, just like you've heard from Link and Nick, when FlexKom America was having, we all know that the communication was not great to all of us in the field. It was very difficult to get information at a timely manner. So I took it serious and had contacted each one of the executives. What can I do? I wanted to be that conduit between everybody in the field and corporate. When I met and got to finally speak with Link Blake, and I saw an opportunity to introduce what I thought would be an incredible potential CEO or even COO of FlexKom International. The idea there was to try my best to help corporate or to understand what we needed in America, and we needed leadership. We needed the proper C-level executives there that could execute systems and structure and allow all of us in the field the opportunity to do our jobs. So, from about mid-June on, I think, as most of you know, we've been working trying to help corporate put these processes in place all the way up to this vetting process. It's very unfortunate, but I think along the lines, just like when me and Link talk several times, when you hold a mirror to somebody's face, you're gonna see real quick what the reactions are, and the reactions weren't what we wanted, none of us. So, I want to take this time just to thank everybody on my team, everybody that's been part of Next Level team and the group, and tell you guys how much I really, really appreciate you. I don't like to give up. I do not like to quit. And but when you get to a point where and you find out that you can't go any further because corporate's not doing what they're supposed to do, guys, by their own guilt and their own admission, these guys hired the attorneys, and I commend them for that. I commend them for stopping and going through the process to make sure that we were all compliant. I really do. That was brave on their part. As bad as it hurt, and as many people as left during that process, it was the right thing to do. Their attorneys advised them that the KTM's terminals that were sold were not compliant, and of course they issued certified letters that went out to folks. But when those letters were signed and sent back in, and then refunds were not executed, I've got to draw a line in the sand. It's just guys, that's if they cannot fix the past, if they cannot take care of every refund charged back, how can you go forward? How can you even do a vetting process? But again, I want to thank everybody that's been part of our team, and to let you know really how much I have appreciated working with each and every one of you, as an independent rep in this field. And guys, this is going to be the last Blog Talk call. But again, thank you so much. And with that, Nick, Link, I want to thank you guys for coming on the call today and going over the process. And we are going to end Blog Talk Radio. So with that, guys, I'm going to hit the end button, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you.